What happens when some of Hollywood's brightest stars step into the high-octane world of action movies only to fall flat? From blockbuster flops to career missteps, this list dives into the surprising stories of actors whose foray into action left audiences scratching their heads. Are some stars just not cut out for the thrills and spills of the genre? Let's find out. Pairing a basketball superstar with action legend Jean-Claude Van Damme seemed like a slam dunk on paper, but Double Team proved otherwise. The 1997 movie was a convoluted mess, with Rodman's eccentric persona overshadowing any attempt at serious action. Critics panned Rodman's over-the-top performance, and the film's campy tone didn't help matters. While it has since found a niche following among B-movie fans, Double Team marked the beginning and end of Rodman's action star ambitions.
Fight you, okay? Calm down. I done told you.
Nick Cannon's early 2000s rise as a teen heartthrob hit a speed bump with Underclassmen, a comedy action film where he plays a rookie cop going undercover at a private school. While Cannon's charisma and comedic chops are undeniable, the film's weak script and uneven tone left critics unimpressed. The attempt to merge action, comedy, and drama felt forced, making Underclassmen a misfire in Cannon's early career.
Stay away. Stay away from me!
Sophie Turner, coming off her stellar run as Sansa Stark on Game of Thrones, was cast as the powerful Jean Grey in this 2019 box office flop. While Turner had shown incredible emotional depth in her TV work, her transition to action-heavy lead roles felt forced, with critics calling her performance wooden and lacking the gravitas needed to carry such a weighty story. Unfortunately, Dark Phoenix failed to reignite the X-Men franchise and left Turner's action movie aspirations in the dust.
Police officer, I'm gonna need your car for a visit.
Saturday Night Live's Jimmy Fallon took a swing at big screen comedy action with 2004's Taxi, starring alongside Queen Latifah. The film, a remake of the French hit of the same name, failed to find its footing, with critics slamming Fallon's awkward comedic timing and lackluster action chops. While Fallon's natural charm shines in late-night hosting, it wasn't enough to save Taxi from a critical and commercial crash. Best known for her role as Lana Lang in Smallville, Kristen Kreuk stepped into the action genre with 2009's Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. Unfortunately, the movie was poorly received, with critics citing her lack of physicality and the movie's weak script as major flaws. While Kristen has found success in other genres, her foray into action didn't pack the punch fans of the video game franchise were hoping for.
But that is my one bullet to fire at the heart of Skynet.
After conquering Westeros as Daenerys Targaryen, Emilia Clarke aimed to take on the Terminator franchise in 2015's Genesis. Critics felt that Clarke's portrayal of Sarah Connor lacked the grit and intensity that Linda Hamilton brought to the role. Despite her best efforts, the film's convoluted plot and lukewarm reception stalled Clarke's action career, leaving fans to wonder what could have been.
But I'm fast.
Adrian Brody, an Oscar-winning actor known for dramatic roles, surprised many by taking the lead in Predators. While Brody's attempt to reinvent himself as an action star was admirable, audiences and critics struggled to accept him as a tough guy hero. Despite decent box office returns, Brody's action experiment didn't lead to further roles in the genre. The tonal mismatch between his usual gravitas and the action-heavy narrative left viewers unconvinced.
Fusion drive. Are you crazy? We'll burn up. Yeah, it's very possible.
Liam Hemsworth stepped out of his brother Chris's shadow with a lead role in the 2016 sequel to Independence Day. However, the film was panned for its lack of originality and Hemsworth's unconvincing performance. Critics noted that he lacked the charisma to carry such a high-stakes blockbuster, and the movie's underwhelming box office numbers didn't help. His performance was further overshadowed by the film's uneven tone and underdeveloped characters.
And you are?
That girl.
That's not awfully PC. What about bad person or bad woman?
Batman and Robin is infamous for its campy tone, and Alicia Silverstone's Batgirl was one of its most criticized elements. While the actress had found success in comedies like Clueless, her foray into action lacked the intensity needed for the role. Critics felt her performance lacked depth and that she was overshadowed by the movie's overall chaotic execution. The movie's failure effectively ended Silverstone's brief stint as an action star. Coming off the Twilight Saga, Taylor Lautner attempted to establish himself as an action star with 2011's Abduction. Unfortunately, his wooden performance and the film's weak script failed to impress audiences or critics. Lautner's transition to action remains a work in progress, with his lack of screen presence often cited as a major hurdle in his career. NFL star Brian Bosworth's attempt at action stardom in 1991's Stone Cold became a cult classic, but not for the reasons he hoped. Despite its over-the-top appeal, Bosworth's stiff acting kept him from breaking out as a legitimate action star. While the film found a second life as a B-movie favorite, Bosworth's charisma on the field failed to translate to the silver screen.
Get her off! Get her off of me!
That's Camille. She works.
Based on a Dark Horse comic, Barbed Wire featured Pamela Anderson as a gun-toting anti-heroine. Despite its flashy visuals, the film bombed at the box office, with critics citing Anderson's limited acting range as a major drawback. While it has a cult following, Anderson's action career never recovered. The film's focus on style over substance further highlighted Anderson's inability to anchor an action film.
It's too early! It's too early!
Channing Tatum's portrayal of Duke in 2009's G.I. Joe adaptation was met with mixed reactions. While Tatum has since proven his acting chops in other genres, his performance here lacked the grit and depth needed for an action hero. The film's reliance on CGI and a convoluted plot left little room for Tatum to shine.
Now put your hands behind your back.
Known for his comedic Medea franchise, Tyler Perry took a serious turn in 2012's Alex Cross. While Perry's effort was commendable, critics felt he was miscast, and the film's poor reception ended any hopes of a successful action career. The movie's failure highlighted the challenges of stepping into an established role previously defined by Morgan Freeman.
Holy shit!
The 2002 remake of Rollerball was a misstep for Chris Klein, best known for his role in American Pie. Critics slammed his bland performance, and the film's failure ensured Klein's action star ambitions were short-lived. The lack of chemistry between the cast and the uninspired direction didn't do Klein any favors.
Yes, it's my rules. My rules that keep us alive, and if you want to stay in this house and on this team, you will abide by them.
George Clooney has admitted that his turn as Batman in 1997's Batman and Robin was a low point in his career. Despite his undeniable charisma, Clooney couldn't save the film from its overly campy tone and poor reception. His portrayal, while charming, lacked the intensity needed to bring the Dark Knight to life.
You're right, please.
Don't swear at your mom. Not nice.
Damn it, settle down.
Josh Hartnett's attempt at action stardom struggled to take off with roles like Hollywood Homicide, where he starred alongside Harrison Ford in a mismatched buddy cop comedy action hybrid. The film's uninspired script and lack of chemistry between the leads left Hartnett's performance feeling flat. In 2006, he appeared in Lucky No. 11, a stylish action thriller that failed to establish Hartnett as a commanding action star. Despite showing promise in other genres, Hartnett's ventures into action cinema have remained largely forgettable. Taking over the XXX franchise from Vin Diesel, Ice Cube headlined 2005's State of the Union. While Cube brought his trademark swagger, critics felt he lacked the presence needed for a blockbuster action lead. The movie's over-reliance on explosions and one-liners didn't help elevate Cube's performance.
You're gonna be knowing me a whole lot better.
Basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal's attempt to play the DC Comics hero Steel in 1997 was met with ridicule. Critics panned the film for its cheesy dialogue and Shaq's lack of acting skills, making it a low point for superhero movies of the era. Despite his larger-than-life persona, Shaq's transition to action felt awkward and unconvincing.
Hey, with the monkeys.
In 1989's Collision Course, late-night host Jay Leno starred alongside Pat Morita in a buddy cop film. The awkward pairing and Leno's stilted performance made this movie a forgotten relic of the VHS era. Leno's lack of dramatic range only emphasized how out of place he was in the action comedy genre. Do you agree with our picks? Whether you're surprised, amused, or left wondering how these projects ever made it to the big screen, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content.